Hi, folks. Jeff Jones, UFCW Local 1459, Vice President, with an update for Monday, October 26th. As folks know, the Members First campaign has essentially been dealing in issues and facts, and we're going to stay on that course, and we're not going to get distracted into innuendo and palace intrigue and a lot of the other stuff that you may be hearing from my opponent, President Tyrone Housey. We're going to stick with the facts. So here's some interesting facts for you. Today, most of you may have received, and if not, you'll probably get it tomorrow, the latest so-called election update about how things are going to work. And instead of 3 hours in one place, at one time, at one location, by one method only, now we're up to a whopping 6 hours. Wow, from 3 to 6. So that'll really take care of all of our members being able to vote. Remember, we're a membership of roughly 4,500 to 5,000 members, depending on the season. So let's review a few things. For instance, I'm sorry I'm going to read a couple things, but Article 12 in our Local 1459 bylaws, Section G. Elections shall be conducted at such times and places as will afford all active members a reasonable opportunity to vote, quote unquote. So again, we're restricted to one area at one time. We have people that are 65, 70 miles away. We have people that are working multiple shifts. They can't do this. In electing UFCW level union officers, procedures for voting, in Article 9, Part D, it states, recommended in most instances that the distance be not more than a 30-minute drive one way. Okay, 30 minutes. People in Brattleboro, you're roughly 63 miles. Lakeville, Freetown, the Berkshires, not anywhere close to 30 minutes. So for all of those people, how do you feel essentially being insulted by the leadership of Local 1459? Because that's what they're doing. They don't value your input. They don't value your participation. So this is clearly an example of voter suppression. And it's, oh, by the way, it's in the middle of a pandemic. So how's that going to work out? So let's do some simple math, shall we? Let's suppose it takes 5 minutes to vote. Because remember, this is one place. This is in a building with a basement conference room with a capacity of 25 people with COVID regulations, from a parking lot with a capacity of 50 people from COVID regulations. So that means you're going to have a line 6 feet apart for COVID regulations. So let's suppose it takes 5 minutes to vote. And so in 1 hour, you could process an entire 12 people. And in 6 hours, you could process an entire 72 people. And the population of Local 1459, let's call it 4,500. And if 1,000 people, 2,000 people show up and decide to participate, then how's that going to work? All those people, how are they going to vote? They're not. And that's basically the basis for us labeling this voter suppression. And it's very disappointing that the election chairperson, who has admitted that before they were made election chairperson, was actively out campaigning for President Tyrone Housey, came up with this essentially meaningless tweak of the election procedures. And this is wholesale voter fraud, and we will fight it as such. And for those of you who are reading this stuff, you should be mad. You should be insulted. You're being ignored. And how in the world this is supposed to go down in the middle of a pandemic is just beyond me. The logic is unbelievable. But we can't have this. You should be mad, and that should make you motivated to do something about it. And doing something about it is to get out and vote and show these people about what union solidarity really is. Because when we all stick together, we're stronger. And a union is only as strong as its members. It's not about the leadership. It's about the motivation and commitment that we have to support one another. And so let's support one another. Let's do what we have to do. November 10, 9 to 12 in the morning, and 6 to 9 in the evening. Let's get it done. Let's bring it home. Get mad. Get active. Talk to your coworker. And let's bring this home, because we can do this. And we will. And remember, solidarity works.